Hi class. Today we're going to be starting asana. This is week 1 of 5 weeks of asana class, and we're going to be starting with preparatory movements. So this is a series of 12 poses that are used to warm up your body and prepare you for the rest of the asana practice that we'll continue learning throughout the semester. I'm also going to be showing you some balancing poses at the end of the preparatory movements today. So we will start on our mat with our feet hips width apart. I always look down at my feet, as you can see. Make sure they're parallel with one another, and roll your shoulders back. Put your palms open and out. Just close your eyes. Rock back and forth on your feet. Front to back, smaller and smaller motions until you feel like you're standing equally on the front and back of your feet together. So you're right, evenly balanced front to back. Feet about hips width apart. And I'll just note, if you're new to yoga or you don't have a regular practice, one of the first things that you'll start to be aware of is teaching your feet to face forward. People develop a habit of standing different ways, toes in, toes out, feet all different ways, leaning one way or the other, slouching. And the more you remind yourself and look down at your feet to be in line and teach your body to be in line, the more you'll be aware of that day to day, and you may find changes occurring in your posture. So starting with the feet, let's bring our awareness to our body. Imagine that there's a string pulling on the top of your head up towards the ceiling. Imagine your spine just extending upward. Close your eyes, be aware of your body in good alignment, standing up straight. Chin in line with your chest. We'll start with some sun breaths just to warm us up, get us relaxed. Sorry about some background noise. Got kids downstairs. So we're going to inhale, arms up. Palms meet over our head. Exhale, arms down. Completely emptying the lungs and completely filling the lungs in the inhale. Okay. On the next inhale, we're going to be leaning to the left side. So we'll inhale, palms together, lean to the left side. And when you do this, imagine that you're extending your spine up and over in a big arc rather than compressing your spine. You should feel that stretch all along the outside as you bend to the side. Exhale the arms down, keeping your shoulders down and back and relaxed. Okay, so starting the preparatory movements, the first thing, preparatory movement number 1, and I have a handout or online class of supplementary reading on our Brightspace page from the book that I learned from. There's some pictures and there's descriptions. So we call it preparatory movement number 1. Inhale our arms. Exhale forward, bending from the base of the spine and hanging down. Number 2, bend your right knee, twist to look upward, reaching your left hand up. As you inhale, exhale, bend your left knee and twist the other direction. Exhale, lean forward again. I like to add in here monkey pose. So legs straight, hands on your shins, keeping your back straight and your neck in line with your spine. Then bend your knees, arms up. This is chair pose. I'll turn sideways so you can see. It's almost like you're sitting in a chair again. Feet parallel, hips width apart. And we're coming back up. Preparatory movement number 3. Arms go out. Check that your feet parallel, hips width apart. Keeping your hips forward. Exhale, lean, twist to the left side and look over your left middle finger. Inhale to the center, exhale. Twist to the right side, gazing over your right fingers. Inhale to the center. Preparatory movement 4, hands to the hips. Inhale. Exhale, lean forward from the base of the spine, hanging down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, lean to the back. Thinking about your spine going up and back, not compressing, just extending, imagining space between your vertebrae. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. This is preparatory 5. Inhale up. Exhale to the right. Preparatory 5 still. preparatory movement number 6. We'll be making a big circle with our torso in each direction. So starting with our hands on our hips, check your feet, check your balance. Inhale. We'll exhale forward from the base of the spine. Inhale up to the left side and the back. Exhale to the right and down. Inhale to the right and back. Exhale to the left and down to the front. Inhale up. So each time I reach the front and I'm hanging down, I just let my spine like hang, you know, trying to release any tension, just using like the weight of your torso to let your spine release. And I'm just demonstrating, but you can watch the video, follow along, watch it a few times if you want, pause it if you want, practice on your own. You can extend any of these poses as long as you want to get a nice relaxation and stretch from them. And if you have a lot of tension in your body before doing an asana practice, you may choose to do the preparatory movements more than once, with the goal being you're loosening your joints, aligning your ligaments, aligning your body, and getting ready for practice. So the next, number 7, is focusing on our neck, both 7 and 8, and similar to the movements we just did with our torso. So now we're gonna drop our neck forward, just breathing normally, feeling the muscles on the whole back of your neck stretching. So from the base of your head down to your upper back, maybe all down your back. Your muscles are just stretching. Inhale the head up, and then you're gonna lean the head back, but always think, don't just compress the spine, we're arching up and back. So back, lean the head up. We always use special care when we're arching backward, especially if you're not used to it. And then to the left side, really feeling the stretch from your ear to the edge of your shoulder on the right side. Hold it as long as you want to. Allow those muscles to release. Yoga is not about pushing. It's not about straining. You can say it's about releasing, about relaxing, about patience, about accepting, about observing how your body is, what your body's doing, and not judging, just observing, experiencing. So now number 8, we make a circle with our head just like we did with our torso. So we're gonna go head down. Inhale up to the left side, around the back, and you can do this as slow as you like, to the right and then to the front. You can spend a long time on a neck circle. If you imagine that your neck is made of like the bristles of a broom or a mop, you imagine that as you're moving your head, each of those bristles is stretching, relaxing, releasing. Go really slow. Feel each one releasing, stretching. Not pushing it, not straining it, just allowing it to release. We carry a lot of tension in our necks, especially if we work at a desk or on a computer, looking at our phones. Carry a lot of tension in our necks. So I always like to look over my right shoulder and over my left shoulder after that movement. Just give another type of stretch there. I add a couple things in, you see, in the different practices that I teach. So everybody has different variations that are kind of unique to their teaching style. So I add those in here and there. Number 9, we inhale our arms up, palms together. That same movement we've done with our torso and our neck, we do with our whole body. Torso again, but now our head stays between our arms. So we exhale forward, bending from the base of our spine. Inhale up to the left. So adding the arms in, it adds some weight to your spine, adds some weight to your torso, adds a bit of a challenge, engages more muscles. Always focusing on your breath, so we're exhaling as we go down, inhaling up, exhaling to the side and down. Inhaling as we come up and exhaling down. So we try to move with the breath in yoga. Oftentimes when we fill the lungs, there's an expansive movement. We may be standing up, we may be reaching. And when we empty the lungs is when we may do some stretching, some relaxing, or some kind of compressing. And so try to always move with your breath. That really helps with getting into a pose, relaxing into a pose. Number 10, arms up, palms down, coming up onto our toes, finding your balance. Then we're going to bend our knees and squat down. Pick a point on the floor in front of you or on the wall in front of you to look at to help you focus, help you balance. And then we're coming back up, trying to stay on your toes the whole time. Number 11, we do wrist circles, a few in each direction. And then I add in a few more wrist stretches, pushing our palms out, palms in, palms together. Move your wrists down. Move your wrists up, fingers pointing down. So bring one arm up, turn palms to face each other, interlace your fingers, and bring your hands up through. Some people stop here, but if you're able to reach forward without straining, you can stretch that way. I do this, but I think my joints are different than some people's because I've noticed not everybody reaches through. Okay. And then number 12, the last preparatory movement. Interlace your fingers under your thigh, shift your weight to your right leg, and we're doing some ankle circles in either direction with our left foot. And then toes up, toes down. Same thing on the other side. So whenever I shift my weight to one leg, and I'll be talking about this in a moment with balancing poses, keep your leg strong, keep your leg in line with your hip. Don't collapse into it. You know, that puts a lot of strain on your hip. You can see how that would. So again, interlace your fingers under your right thigh. We're doing some ankle circles. All right, and those are the preparatory movements. So now, my usual practice, I do some balancing poses here because we got ourselves used to standing up, used to being balanced in alignment. And so I just shift my weight onto my right leg. Tree pose is next. So the very beginner way of doing this is just turn your heel in and lean it against the ankle, your right ankle, bring your hands together. For more of a challenge, you can bring the foot up to the calf or up higher on the leg, hands together, or hands up over the head. Put your arms out if you like. Try closing your eyes if you like. It changes your balance. Focus on the big toe of the foot you're standing on. That helps a lot with balancing poses. Here's a variation if tree pose is simple for you. You don't have to copy all these variations. I'm showing variations for anyone who may have experience or finds themselves to be needing variation. The next pose is called difficult pose, although it's not that difficult. We cross our left leg over the right. If you're able to interlace that foot behind your calf, you can. I can't right now, I used to be able to. Then we'll bring our right arm up and over the left. Doing the arms like this makes it called eagle pose. And I move right into dancer's pose from here. So hold on to your left foot. Keep your knees right next to each other. Turn my palm backwards. Forward first. And then I lean back looking up. Palm turns backwards. I lean forward using my hips like a fulcrum. And lift your leg behind you. Don't pull on it, just lift it. That's dancer's pose. Then cross the leg over your knee, keeping your ankle bent, palms together. Drop the toe down. Lean to the right side, making like a circular motion with your arms. Like a little dancing type of pose. Do the same on the other side. And we'll be doing the same poses on the other side. And start back from tree pose. So weight on your left leg. You can start from the simple version. And anytime we're starting balancing poses, you may want to start close to a wall. I have a banister here, I just happen to, but you may want to start close to a wall so you can grab something or just even lean against it when you're starting. Again, I'm adding some variations, but you can just continue in your tree pose, whichever way is comfortable, or you can copy some variations. My challenge is I try to do all these without putting my leg down. So that's a variation if you get very used to these balancing poses. Into dancer's pose. I'll turn sideways for this without kicking the banister, I hope, so you can see what it looks like. And that's it for today. That's what I had planned to show you today. So, namaste. That means the divine in me acknowledges the divine in you, or my inner self is acknowledging your inner self. So, each week we'll be building on these practices. Next week, I'll be showing you sun salutations, and we'll be adding to our standing poses and putting together a longer practice. I'll start probably, I'll teach you sun salutations. And then eventually, I think at the end of the semester, I'll put together like a long practice of everything that we've learned. So you'll see a couple quiz questions. You'll see a place to upload a picture or a video of yourself doing this practice or a part of this practice. And I encourage you to ask a question or leave a comment, whether it's something you're struggling with, something you have a question about, something you're proud of. I'd like to see how you're doing. And feel free to reach out, make suggestions, make comments, and hope you enjoy. Thanks.